and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Board of Adjustments is a 9-member board. We're appointed by the City Council and we serve on a voluntary basis without compensation. Our procedure for conducting business is that I will call the petitioner to come forward. If you will, please speak clearly into the mic and then be prepared and make your presentation and then be prepared to answer any questions that any member of the board might have or anyone in the audience may have. Anyone interested in a particular item will be given the opportunity to come forward and voice their concerns or ask any questions. Once we receive testimony and a discussion on that particular item, the members of the board will deliberate and we will render our decision. I'll remind members with a personal or a financial interest in any particular item you are required to recuse yourself from voting. Any testimony is submitted by the petitioner or on behalf of the petitioner during presentation of the agenda item will be binding as to any decision the board makes relative to that motion. Remind the members of the board, if a motion is made to deny an item, a reason must be given. This time I'll introduce the members of the board that are here tonight. Ms. K.T. Brown, Mr. Nathan Williams, Ms. Jennifer Shaw, Mr. Pickett Reese, Mr. George Howell Jr., and I'm John Stanley, your chairman. There are 6 of us here tonight. It takes 5 votes to approve a motion. If you feel like that because we only have 6 here tonight, that might affect the outcome of your presentation, you can delay your presentation tonight. Please see Tanya over here to my left, and you can be delayed till the next meeting. Our staff that's here tonight is Ms. Tanya Ingram and Mr. Tommy Tyson. Any questions? We have 10 items on the agenda tonight. We'll move this along as quickly as best we can, but everybody will be given an opportunity to speak if you so desire. We have another member coming in here now, Mr. Bart Prince. So we now have 7 members on the board. We're going to take one item out of order at the request of this particular petitioner. Item number 10 is presented by Dr. Rakesh Patel, requesting a side yard variance for a new dwelling and a coverage variance for a new accessory structure to be located at 9664 Irving Lane in a planned unit of development. Okay? Please state your name and then make your presentation, whoever's going to make the presentation.
My name is Terry Allison. I'm the on-site agent out at Sturbridge.
Okay.
And, Rakesh and his wife want to build their home on a lot there, and they're requesting the 5-foot side yard variance on their left side, where 10 is required, and 178 square foot coverage variance for an outbuilding.
Okay. 5 feet off the property line, that's understandable. Tell us what the accessory structure is going to be used for.
It's an outbuilding, mainly like a sunroom or a structure. The lot is located on a pond, so they wanted a structure close to the water that they can enjoy the view. Okay,
so it's not going to be a garage.
No.
It's not going to be a storage building.
No.
Is it going to have any plumbing in it?
Yeah, it will be it's going to have a restroom.
A half bath, I believe, is going to be.
A half bath? Okay. Tanya, does that require a special exception for a half bath?
Yes.
Okay. The reason I asked the question is an accessory structure like this, we can approve the accessory structure tonight, but if you're going to have a bath, you have to come back and make another presentation for that. Right, Tanya?
Yes, sir. Because it wasn't advertised.
Excuse me?
It wasn't advertised.
It was not advertised.
Yeah, right. It wasn't advertised.
Okay.
It's going to be part of the whole structure. It's not going to be used from the outside, though.
I'm sorry, Dr. Patel, you're going to have to...
It's going to be the part of the, the sunroom.
Right. But still, you're asking to put a bathroom in an accessory structure. And to get that approval, it should have been part of this presentation. But it wasn't. So we can approve the accessory structure and we can approve the setback, but we cannot approve the restroom.
Okay, so, because we're gonna have to come back like next month.
You come back whenever you want to, but you can't, you're not approved until you get approval from the board.
So, my understanding is you guys are approving the 5 feet variance from the property line and the accessory structure. In case if it is not approved, I can go ahead and still build it and not just have a restroom in there, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay,
If we approve it.
okay,
Right.
sounds good.
But if you have a bathroom in there, you have to come back for
Right,
approval.
okay,
Okay?
sounds good.
Any questions, board members? Anyone in the audience care to address this item? I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we grant the 5-foot side yard variance and 178 square foot coverage variance, but not dealing with the half bath.
No restrooms at this time. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. It's approved.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now we're back to item number 1. It's presented by Franklin DeVille, requesting a height variance for a new privacy fence to be located at 3651 Edgar D. Nixon Avenue in an R100 zoning district. Is Mr. DeVille here? Okay, we'll hold that over, see if he...
Second time.
Oh, that's his second time?
You'll have to reapply.
Have to reply, okay? Item number 2 is presented by Marion Code, requesting a special exception to place a mobile home for living purposes and to maintain an accessory structure without a main dwelling located at 4959 Cadell Street in a flood hazard zoning district. Mr. Code?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell us what you want to do. I guess I just read it, but go ahead. You want to place a mobile home there, right?
Yeah, down the line.
But down the line.
Yes.
Well, you want to place a mobile home there, and there's an existing structure, and it's an accessory structure.
Yes.
That's there now, and you
Yes,
use
sir.
it to maintain property.
Yes, sir.
But you're not planning to do a main dwelling, you're just doing a mobile home.
Well, I was trying to make the main dwelling a part of my budget. That's why I needed a little more time before I decide on the main dwelling or the mobile
Okay.
home.
Does the mobile home qualify as a main dwelling, Tanya?
Yes, it does.
It does, okay. All right. So when will the mobile home be placed there?
Around the middle of the year coming up.
You mean like the middle of next year?
Next year, yes, sir.
When was the accessory structure placed there?
About 4 months ago.
And you're using it to store equipment?
Yes, like mobile, the stuff to keep maintenance, the land.
Okay, so you're planning to put a mobile home there by the middle of next year.
Yes, sir.
So what if you don't place the mobile home by then? You may be required to remove the accessory structure. If we approve this, we'll approve it subject to you putting your mobile home there by the middle of next year, if we approve it.
Yes, that wouldn't be a problem. The only problem was me thinking if I want to build something or do a mobile home, but either way, something would be there, started to be there by the middle of next year.
Is the accessory structure on a slab or is it movable?
It's movable.
It is movable.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, what are you storing in the accessory structure?
Lawn equipment.
Just lawn equipment? You're not using it to sell anything out of it?
Oh, no, sir.
It's
No.
strictly storage?
Yes, straight storage. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Well, I have to ask these questions.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Everybody got it? Any questions, board members?
Just one, let me
Okay,
ask this.
Ms. Moran?
It might not seem like it need to be, but if they decide not to put a mobile home and build a house, a regular house?
Well, a mobile home or a house qualifies as a main structure.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Okay, so
So you
if
don't know.
if we make a motion to approve, we would make the motion to provide that he has a mobile home or a main dwelling
Okay.
on the property by June 1? By June 1 of 2019? That's 6 months,
Yes. Yes, sir.
okay?
Yes, sir.
If we approve, if we agree to make that motion,
Yes,
okay?
sir.
Just want to make sure we're clear. Any other questions? Anyone in the audience care to address this item? Yes, sir. Y'all please come forward.
No, there-
No, sir, over here.
My name is Edward Hughes, and I live next door to the property that he proposed to put a mobile home on. I've been in that, I lived on that road for 66 years. There's no mobile homes or trailers in that area. From 331 to 231 South, there's no mobile homes. And we were under the impression that the city had an ordinance that there'd be no mobile homes. Am I wrong? Do you have an ordinance?
He is allowed to come to this board and get permission to put a mobile home because of the zoning district that the property is in.
Well, Mr. Code hadn't been exactly honest about this. He's already got a building on the property, plus a fence that was never a permit made for, 6 foot. When you put it up, you had a permit? What did he say he was gonna keep in that building out there?
Well, that's part of what we just finished discussing, Mr. Hughes.
Well, he's got a dog pen there, he has 8 dogs in it. And that's not for lawnmowers, he don't even have a lawnmower. Well, we oppose this, and we've got 35 names of property owners in that area that oppose this, and we don't want to see it happen. We have pictures of the stuff that's already there. Well, we oppose it, and is that as far?
They don't need to be talking to you.
But, yeah, y'all need to talk to us. Y'all don't need to converse, okay? Y'all just, he's got the floor. He's got the floor. You'll be given the opportunity to say something, okay?
He's not saying.
Yes, ma'am, Ms. Hughes, go ahead. Speak clearly so we can hear you.
What he's saying, there might be equipment there, but he is housing about 8 dogs that he says he sells out of there.
No, I never said
Hey, sir?
Yes, you did.
No, you'll be given the opportunity, okay?
Going back to when he bought the property, he told me he was going to build a house there. That was fine. He's going to build it for his daughter to move there. He didn't say anything about a mobile home because I was under the impression there was no mobile homes allowed in the area. So that's what I'm standing on. We don't want it there. We say we're opposed to it.
Thank you, Mr. Hughes.
Would you like the list of
Yes, sir,
names?
we would. Yes, sir. Gotcha. Thank you. 34 signatures here. Okay, Mr. Code, you want to address what Mr. Hughes has had to say? You'll be given an opportunity.
Yes, sir. So when I bought the land, he came over and told me that no mobile homes was allowed. When I went down to the city, to get the permits, they told me that I could. That's why I said I'm not still saying I'm gonna do a mobile home.
You can, subject to the approval of this board because of the zoning you are in,
Yes, sir.
okay?
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
okay. Do you have a pen with 8 dogs in it?
The dogs are not in the house, what she talking
No,
about.
do
but
you
I
have
do
a separate,
I
do you have
do
a separate pen where
Yes,
you've got
sir.
dogs?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, got it. Anyone else care to address this item? Any questions of the petition, board members? I will entertain a motion.
So
Ms. Brandt?
I move that we grant the variance for a mobile home for living purposes, or you said a main dwelling of a house, and to maintain an accessory structure without a main dwelling.
But if the board approves it, he's got to provide a main dwelling by June 1 of 2019.
Add that to my motion.
Making sure we
Do I
got-
need to restate it?
You got it?
Got it.
That's her motion, okay? All right, do I have a second to that motion?
Second.
Have a second?
Second.
For Mr. Williams. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, raise your hand. All opposed? Motion's denied. It's denied.
Okay, so what has to be done now?
Well, you don't have permission to have an accessory structure on a lot that does not have a main dwelling, so technically, you've got to remove the accessory structure.
The statute structure.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem.
Or build a house.
Or build a house.
I'll build a
You
house.
can build a house, right. Sir?
I was asking for build a dwelling on the property versus just having an actual.
You could come back and try that again, but you still got to get permission for a mobile home.
Well, no, I understand that part. You just trying to make sure that, basically what you're saying is like exclude the mobile home. If you build a living dwelling to the house, then it'll be okay.
Sure.
Versus not being there.
Sure.
That's like,
Sure.
Would they have to come back here?
No, no. You're only here to get approval for a mobile home,
Yes.
okay? Which you can get on a special exception approval, and the right to retain the use of an accessory structure, but with a mobile home or a home. Now, you go out there and build a home without this board's approval,
Yes, so basically I just have to move the dwelling that's there now.
a home, correct,
Okay. And how long do I have to do that?
I got a
okay?
question.
How long do I have to move?
I have a
There's
question.
nothing I
How
can-
long have you got to move the house?
Yes.
I'd say about the first of the year,
Okay.
the accessory structure. Tommy, you okay with that? Give you some time to get it off the lot,
Yeah, because there's nothing I can just pick up.
or
Okay,
start,
thank you.
or start construction of a house.
All right, thank you.
Okay,
There's a question.
Wait, I have a question
Yes.
before we move on. Okay, it's 7 people here that are present right now.
mm-hmm,
And do we have a vote of 4 to 3?
mm-hmm.
That's what
Is 4 not a majority
No,
of the
you
number
gotta have
present?
5 votes to approve a motion.
For city
Regardless to
council,
the number
Regardless.
that's present.
for
That
city
that was my
council, you
question.
can have 4.
That's why I asked the question a while ago, does anybody have a problem with the fact we only had 6 people here? Then we had 7.
Right,
You gotta have 5 votes to approve a motion.
They
okay.
have another outing that they can take. They can question our decision in court.
You can take it to circuit court if you like. Thank you.
It's not that serious. It's
but
okay.
I do want to question this, like the thing that he said, like, so were any of y'all decisions based on what he said? Because a lot of things that he said weren't true. And I don't want you to look at this to seem like what he's saying, because he's got 35 signatures, there's only 3 people on the street. So that means he went around to where people can't even see.
That doesn't matter.
Could I
Okay?
see the list?
That doesn't matter. You got members on this board that have been here a long time. And so we understand what we're doing, okay?
You wasn't telling the truth, so that was what, you know,
Well,
I want to address that.
we were considering, the dogs didn't have anything to do with it. We're considering two things. One is the mobile home, and the other is the accessory structure. Okay?
Exactly. All right, thank you.
Thank you. You did a good job, though. Item number 3 is presented by the Church of Encouragement, requesting a special exception for church use in an existing building located at 3325 Pelzer Avenue in a B5 zoning district. Yes, sir. Come on up. We didn't have a motion tonight. You made the motion to approve it. It failed. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Go
Victor
ahead.
Lewis.
Yes, sir. Glad to have you here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you want to use this property for church use.
Yes, sir.
Sunday services from 8 to 11. Then Tuesday choir practice from 6 p.m. to what? How late?
It's
Just
like-
got 6 p.m. It doesn't give us a...
from 6 to about 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
And then Tuesday Bible study from 7 p.m. to
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Are you going to have all your activities inside, or are you going to have anything outside the building?
All inside.
Everything inside?
Yes, sir.
Okay. No activities outside or anything like that?
No,
It's
sir.
going to be well lit?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're going to use existing parking?
Yes, sir. Whatever parking that is available. Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. All right. Any questions, board members? Have anyone in the audience care to address this item? I'll entertain a motion.
So be it.
Have a motion to approve from Ms. Brown. Do I have a second? Second.
Prince.
Mr. Prince. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. It's unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck.
Item 4 is presented by Robert and Lisa Knapp, requesting a height variance and a street side yard variance for a new privacy fence to be located at 2100 Madison Avenue in R60S zoning district. Mr. Knapp, Ms. Knapp here?
Carry over.
It'll be a carryover to the next meeting. That wasn't on there before, Tanya? Is that the first time?
Went to the ARB.
Excuse me?
It went to the Architectural Review Board.
Okay, all right. Item 5 is presented by Kevin Knott, requesting a special exception for sanitary facilities in an accessory structure located at 2000 Briargate Drive in an R75S zoning district. Hello.
Good evening, good evening.
Hello.
Basically, that's what it is. Asking for, it's a piece of property that my wife and I are interested in purchasing based upon the approval of this request.
Okay. So it'll not be used for living purposes,
No, not at all.
but you're going to use it for recreational purposes.
Exactly, a man cave, basically.
Excuse me?
As a man cave.
A man cave. Oh. All right. All right, good. Any questions, board members? I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we grant the special exception for sanitary facilities for Mr. Knight,
Second.
Have a second?
as presented.
As presented. Ms. Brown seconds. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. It's unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Item 6 is presented by Sami Argetta, representing the Light of the World Church, requesting a special exception for church use in an existing building located at 15 West South Boulevard in a B4 zoning district. Good evening.
Hi, I'm Sami Guetta, like you said.
You're going to have to speak a little louder into that and more direct, if you will, please.
So Mayor Guetta, and I'm here representing the Light of the World Church. We are here seeking permission that we use the existing property as church purposes.
Okay, we have your services Monday through Saturday
Yes, sir.
from 5 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Yes, sir.
Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Yes, sir.
And what does this mean about there are additional activities or special holidays?
Yes,
What's
like-
that? What does that mean?
Like New Year's, we have a special service for New Year's, so afterwards we get together and just, everybody brings a little something and we get together after our service, and that's it.
Well, what's the definition of a special holiday? I mean, is that New Year's only or Thanksgiving only or what? Because
It could
there are a
be-
lot of special holidays.
Yes, it could be New Year's, as one where we get together also to do a service. We also have special occasions within our church, special dates. We do celebrate the Holy Supper, or we do December 14th, which is an important date in our church, with dates like that.
So maximum special holidays per year, would you say how many?
Maybe like 4.
4.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Okay. You see why I'm trying to be more specific?
Yes, sir.
Not sure what your definition of special holiday is.
Okay.
So we're just trying to qualify that, okay?
Yes, sir.
So 4 special holidays per year.
Yes, sir.
And so those would be what, from 8 a.m. in the morning to 8 p.m. at night or something?
Well, like for New Year's, for example, we start from maybe 8 p.m. and it'll go on until 12 or until we receive the new year.
Okay. Just make sure that your activities do not disturb anyone in the neighborhood,
Yes, sir.
noise and that kind of thing.
Yes, sir.
Are you going to have activities outside of the church building?
No, sir.
Everything's contained inside
Yes,
the building?
inside.
Okay? You're going to light the parking lot well?
Yeah, we'll use.
Because you are having night services,
Yes.
some into dark,
Okay.
okay? And you just need to light your parking lot well,
Okay. Yes, sir.
okay? Are you going to change your parking?
As of right now, no.
Okay? Everything's going to remain the same,
Yes, sir.
okay? Anyone on the board have any questions?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. George? Howard?
What did this building used to be? Was it built originally as a bank?
I believe it was a bank at one point. Yes, sir.
Does it have a kitchen in it?
It has like a break room. It's not a kitchen, it's a break room.
Okay, so y'all won't be preparing any meals there or?
No, sir.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Brown?
Besides the special holidays that we ordinarily have, what are those 4, what are the dates of those 4 holidays that you expect to have?
One of them would be May 7th.
Would you talk into that mic, please?
Yes, one of them would be May 7th.
May 7th,
December 14th is one.
December 14th.
New Year's. And the other one would be August 14th.
And these will be from 8 p.m. to 12?
Not all of them. New Year's would be from 8 p.m. to 12, and the other ones would vary. It just depends. But it would be during the day, yes.
It will be doing the what?
During the day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Any other questions? Anyone in the audience care to address this item? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Mr. Howard.
Second.
Have a second?
Second.
Second from Mr. Reese. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. All opposed?
Mr.
Williams? Abstain.
Okay.
All right. We had 5, everybody raise your hand again that approve. We have 5 to approve, so the motion's approved.
Thank you.
1 denied and 1 abstained.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
the petitioner for item number 4 is here.
Okay, thank you. Your motion is, or your petition is approved.
Will we receive
that
something
vote?
in writing?
5, 1.
Yes, ma'am, you will. I'll do it in the morning.
5, 1, and 1.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Okay?
Thank you, judges, and God bless everybody.
Okay.
Don't get that much, do it. That's good.
Item 4 is here. Mr. Knapp. Requesting a height variance and street side yard variance for a new privacy fence to be located at 2100 Madison Avenue in an R60S zoning district. Glad you showed up.
Sorry we're late. We've had the times mixed up.
That's all right. Go ahead, tell us what you want to do.
Well, there's a pre-existing chain.
You're going to have to speak clearly and loudly into that. That thing.
Sorry. There's
Some of us are hard of hearing up here.
There's a pre-existing chain link fence on the original lot. We'd like to change it from chain link to dog-eared privacy fence. There's one next door. There's a lot of them in the neighborhood, so just exchanging it. We'd like to change, you can see the outline there where we'd like to move inward and add a driveway and a parking pad in towards the original part of the yard. We were here yesterday, and Historic Association approved the shed and the other pad, so that was all approved. So the other part is to add a gate there as well. This house would be for my mother, so it moves it forward a little bit and allows her the opportunity to get in and park a car behind a privacy fence.
The fence is behind the sidewalk, correct?
Yes, sir, it is. Mm-hmm.
So you're right on the property line.
Yeah, that is a 50-foot wide lot, and everything was just, it's fenced exactly on both sides. There's no room for anything.
So you're removing the chain link and putting this up?
Yes, sir.
And it's going to be 6 foot high?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any questions, board members? Anyone in the audience care to address this item? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve as presented.
As submitted, okay. Have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Ms.
No,
Brown?
I just wanted to ask one question. It will be heard on November, I wasn't listening, I was reading. It has been approved by the Architectural Review Board?
Yes,
Okay.
yesterday.
All right.
That Capitol Heights area has a architectural review board,
Okay.
and that's who approved it, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. All opposed? None. 7-0.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for improving the neighborhood. I grew up in that neighborhood. Sorta, kinda. I grew up in Highland Gardens, close by. Let's see, item number 8 is presented by Flowers and White Engineering.
What about 7?
It's 7.
Oh, excuse me, sorry.
Let's do so.
I skipped over that, I went back.
That's the one we just did.
Yeah, I thought we did that one. What
No, I didn't, I'm sorry.
We did the man.
Item 7 is presented by Kyle Robinette.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, that's correct.
Hold on, please. Requesting a coverage variance for an accessory structure to be located at 3112 Lexington Road in an R75S zoning district.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Appreciate your time.
Sure.
I'm requesting a detached structure. There is a detached garage on my property right now, and it is woefully leaning, as many garage structures in Cloverdale, actually as many houses in Cloverdale are. And so I got approval from the Architectural Review Board to tear that one down and build a new one, and the one I want to build is larger than the one that exists now. Right now, when I pull in my vehicles, It is from the bumper to bumper. I have one of those little tennis balls hanging where I have to pull it exactly right in order to do it. So, and I have to drop my wife off at the door before pulling my vehicle in. So I just want to build a slightly larger structure. So I need a variance for 413 feet.
Are you going to remove the existing accessory structure?
That is correct, yes, sir.
So that's 48 feet that'll come off. You're going to take it out, right?
Negative, sir. I'm sorry, the 48-foot structure is a different structure.
Okay, got it.
It is, to be honest, what I intend to do with that structure is move it to the other corner of the yard to create the offset, and it is, it's a 6x8 little structure, and I'm going to make it a playhouse for my granddaughter.
So that's going to remain.
Correct.
Your garage is going to be 26 by 40.
Correct.
Got it. Okay. And it will be heard at the, well, was it heard yesterday?
It was heard yesterday and approved, yes, sir.
Yesterday? It was approved?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Any questions, board members?
Yes, this is a two-car garage, right?
The current one or the one I intend to build?
The one you're going to build.
The one I intend to build will actually be, it'll have enough space to park like one large truck or two cars like stacked in there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what I intend to do eventually is be able to park my two daily drivers in the front and then maybe have a project car I can work on with my granddaughter in the back.
Okay.
Just room to move around and work around it.
Oh, okay.
So it stays under the structure all the time, that kind of thing.
All right.
No restrooms in there.
Negative, sir.
Okay. You're not going to operate a business or a hobby from there.
I
It's
have
strictly
absolutely
a garage.
no interest in a business at all.
I know, but I have to ask the question.
I understand. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Anyone in the audience care to address this item? Hello, Mr. Colvin. How
Good
you doing?
afternoon, sir. My name's Charlie Colvin. I'm with the CIA.
I know.
The Cloverdale Idlewild Association, and we support the project. Anytime we can get rid of a leaning garage in the Cloverdale area, we're happy to do that. And this is set back off the street, will not do anything to the streetscape. So we supported him yesterday at the ARB.
Great. Thank you. Anyone else in the audience care to address this item? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
So be it.
Have a motion to approve. Ms. Brown, do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Howell. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. Is that unanimous? Everybody? Okay, it's unanimous. You got it?
Appreciate the board. Thank you kindly.
You bet. Item number 8 is presented by Flowers and White Engineering, representing Legendary Living Montgomery, requesting a setback variances for a new assisted living, independent living community to be located on the south side of Vaughn Road, approximately 125 feet west of Deer Creek Boulevard in an Ag 1 zoning district. Mr. Flowers?
Good evening, Brad Flowers, Flowers and White Engineering, representing Legendary. If y'all remember back, we came in April and received approval to do assisted living development, assisted independent and memory care development on the vacant property that is just east of the Vaughn Forest Church, right before you get to Deer Creek, the property right there. We came with a master plan and in since have made some revisions to it. And what we came back with and what you actually see right there is a little bit off of the last one, but what we're requesting, initially we showed a 40-foot setback, which I think 35 is required, so we showed a 40-foot setback around all the property lines. After coming back with the final site plan and looking at what we had, we want to, and we have asked now for a 20-foot setback on the east and west property lines, which basically the east abuts Deer Creek, and the west abuts the church, but only where we do not touch any residential lots. So what you see on the request is basically the 20-foot setback stops north of the existing houses along Deer Creek. So what we're asking for is on the east line going up where basically it's just the entrance to Deer Creek, so we do not abut or interfere with any houses. And here's the main reason why, and I'll kind of show you this. It's a little bit different than what you got there. The yellow is what we've come back in with our streets. If y'all can kind of see that, I'm sorry it's not brighter. But the reason we've asked for it is when we looked at the initial site plan, we could probably work something in, but it's going to be very tight. You're going to end up with straight streets coming through there, and it's just not going to be an appealing development. So what we've tried to do is give some sway into the street so you can't see from one end to the other, give it some attraction, and because of that, it pushed a couple of the cottages back. I believe you should have in your possession a package that I sent to Ms. Ingram yesterday, and it kind of shows you some setbacks on the back of some of those buildings. We're asking for a 20, but as you'll see, they're not all at 20. We have some average widths there, and we go pretty wide on some of them, and some of them are getting down to about 22, 23 feet. On November 8th, we held a meeting with the residents of Deer Creek. All of the homeowners in Deer Creek were invited, as well as the church leadership from Bowling Forest and the membership at Bowling Forest. We had a turnout there, 24 plus or minus people, which was our second meeting. But we had the people turn out, and we had unanimous support for it. Absolutely no problems. And since we've had a letter, which I think you'll see in there, from Bowling Forest saying they agree with it, as well as one from one of the board members over in Deer Creek. So that's what we would like to request.
So we need it.
Any questions?
All right. So, Brad, you met with the homeowners association at Deer Creek, and they were agreeable.
Yes. And that was our second meeting with them. The first time showing them the plan, the second time showing them the updated plan along with the setbacks.
I know this improves your roads or your streets through there. Did it increase any parking?
The master plan, by doing the setback variance, it allowed us a couple of areas that we could put some parking in. And I don't think all of those are shown on this, but it did give us some additional distance from the driveways to the house on these instead of cramming them in, which would have tightened up the off-street parking for the actual cottages. So it did allow us to get a little bit longer driveway.
Okay. Any questions, board members?
Okay, we cross out the 15 and we got 20-foot setback, right?
Correct. He's going to set back 20 feet on the west and east side.
Okay.
But
Where
it's
it does
required,
not.
35 is required, so that's why you need a 15-foot variance.
Okay, the request is being made to give the petitioner permission to have a 20-foot setback on the east and west property lines where property does not abut residential lots, whereas 35 feet is required. So the request is a 20-foot.
20-foot
15.
setback, but it needs a
15.
15-foot variance.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? Anyone in the audience care to address this item? I'll entertain a motion.
So be it.
Second.
Mr. Prince made a motion to approve.
Yeah.
Mr. Prince makes a motion to approve. I have a second. Ms. Shaw?
Yes.
Any further discussion? All in favor, please raise your hand. It's unanimous.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Item number 9 is presented by Reverend Charles Thomas and Clinton Boyd, representing New Life Baptist Church.
Good afternoon.
Requesting a front yard variance for a new ID sign to be located at 1943 Rosa Parks Avenue in the B2 zoning district. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I have to read that, so.
My name is Clint Boyd. I'm the associate pastor at New Life at 1943 Roselle Parks, and we're requesting to put our church sign up. The church sign would actually sit inside of our gate. It would go up 7 feet. From the city line to where the center of our sign would be is actually 14 feet off the city line, but the top of the sign will actually go 8 feet, but it only go 4 feet back toward the city line.
Mm-hmm.
And it all will be inside our gate actually too.
So you are 10 feet off the front property line.
14, where the sign will start.
This says 10.
It says 10?
Our agenda says 10.
Okay.
But if you want to make it 14, we're okay with that.
Okay. Yes. I measured 14 feet off the line.
You sure it's off the correct property line? What are you
Yes,
measuring
sir.
from? You measuring from a surveyed property line, or you measuring from the back of the sidewalk?
From the back of the sidewalk.
That may not be the property line.
Okay.
Okay? Right,
Yes,
Mr. Flowers? That's the engineer. We're gonna go with the 10-foot setback, okay?
Yes, sir.
I mean, the 10-foot.
Yes, sir.
That way you're okay,
Yes, sir.
all right?
Yes, sir.
All right? So the petitioner wants to place a sign within 10 feet of the front property line. 35 is required. He needs a 25-foot front yard variance. Any questions, board members?
No.
No.
Anyone in the audience care to address this item? I'll entertain a motion.
So be it.
Ms. Brown makes a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Mr. Williams, seconds. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. It's unanimous.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, sir. Good luck
All right,
on that.
You're welcome.
Hey, be sure you get a surveyor to come out there and mark that property line for you.
Yes, sir.
Really? Because that's easy, that's an easy mistake. People think the back of the sidewalk's the property line. That's not always the case. Have a motion to approve the minutes.
Minutes are good.
So be it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.